welcome to Basketball Talk Pro. My name is Ron Ekker. I guess I should say welcome back, at least for me. But we are starting over again, and you may be wondering why I would come back. And I'm a little bit in the same boat. I kind of wonder sometimes myself, but I gave it a lot of thought, and I had a chance to do a lot of reading, a lot of listening, a lot of watching, a lot of talking to people. And when I stopped, I really felt that the videos were getting weak. I'd done it for almost 2 years, 3 a week, covered a lot of topics, and I felt that I wasn't maybe, giving it everything that I felt I could. Mainly because I just was, some of the topics were coming up again and again. And so I had set a standard when I first started that I wanted every video to be meaningful and something that coaches could use to the best of my ability. And when I felt I wasn't reaching that, then I thought it's best not to put a product out there that isn't really helpful. But while I was out and had a lot of time to do a lot of things, I realized that as I really analyzed it, there was a lot more to do, a lot more to say, and a lot more to repeat. We need to repeat a lot of these things, and I realized that. But most of all, what motivated me was I felt there was a need, because in all the things I saw, learned, read, I realized that we hadn't finished the job. Not the job that I think needs to be done, and that is to demand and to provide for coaches a better way, a better insight, a better knowledge, a better skills, better tools for them to do their work. And I just the other day I read something that I thought hit it very close for me, at least. And it was just a little short, partial part of a sentence. And I took it out, and I want to repeat it to you now because I think it's very much what we're talking about. Working to learn comes before working to earn. Now, I could almost change that to working to learn comes before working to win, because that's what we do. And that's how we help players, to show them what it takes to strive for excellence and to obtain excellence. And but there's a lot of learning that has to be done first. And I think we tend to shortcut that. Not only shortcut, but almost omit it, where there is no learning. Everybody just thinks they're a coach. And that is a lot of the problems that I saw, and I think all of you see. Share with me this graphic that I want to show you that may make things a little bit more significant. Maybe this graphic will help you to understand the point that I'm trying to make in this first video. It takes 120 hours to be a licensed truck driver, 600 hours to be a licensed nail technician. That isn't the kind of nails you pound into wood. That's the kind of nails you have on your hand. 1,500 hours to be a licensed beautician. 2 years to be a licensed mechanic. And 12 years to be a doctor. 3 semester hours to be a coach. Now, some may have had more, a lot have had less to be a coach. And these are all very honorable uh, vocations and professions. But our profession of coaching probably gets closer and more intimate with our pupils, our players, than all of those. And my point is that this needs to be remedied. Coaches need the opportunity to learn, working to learn before they work to win or earn. There you see the difference between, and that's just a few of the items that you could pick out of how people are trained to do vocations and professions that we're just not doing. 3 semester hours is pretty much what everybody had got. And that really wasn't a coaching basketball or a coaching football or a coaching track. It was a pretty generic course with pretty generic ideas that really didn't touch what you have to do in the coaching, the real coaching world. But, and here's what really pulled at me. How does a coach learn? You know, we all learn by doing it on the job and teaching ourselves primarily. Some of us had a little more help than others. We may have had a chance to play for a really good coach or work with a really good coach and learn something there, but that isn't the same. I mean, you can work with John Wooden for 20 years and still go out and fail as a head coach. You know, so there's no, it just was not the ideal situation. I know myself, I ached to be able to gain more knowledge and learn more, but I had to do it by myself. Well, that kind of sparked me to think, should I continue with this? Well, Basketball Talk Pro is not the answer. It's a help. We can express and communicate some ideas that require much more depth in order for it to be effective. And I hope we can do that by communicating to coaches different things, knowing that we're not able to really help them to learn it as much as they would if they could get material more in depth. So what I have worked on is revising the Master's Way course. We've had, I think, around 18 coaches that have been involved in it. And I would have to say that those coaches that really put something into it got a lot out of it. I think they'd all tell you that. And maybe someday we'll give them a chance to do that. But it's still required. It's like you do learning everything by yourself. There's no template for a coach's training course like that. We're trying things, and I think we've come up with some things that are good. And I'm revising that course. Hopefully, make it more viable for coaches, young coaches, or veteran coaches. We have, some pretty veteran coaches that took that course and feel that they've improved themselves, and I feel they have too. It'll take me a while because it's a mammoth job, but we'll get it done. and we'll have something to offer you that is pretty proven. But not only you, we need to expand this to hundreds and thousands of coaches. And I'm not saying we have the magic bullet. In fact, I think that there's many coaches who could do this better than I can, but they're not doing it. It requires a lot of work, and so, until somebody does that, then I'll do the best I can to provide it. And so that will be forthcoming. But other than that, Basketball Talk Pro will be pretty much the same. I'm going to most of the topics that were on Basketball Talk Pro. There was 217 of them. We will do again, but not the same exact way. And hopefully present them in a way and give more information that will be helpful. However, there's some of those videos that I will not change, and we will use them because I think they're right on. Some of them don't need to be changed, and there's no sense of redoing something just to change it. So it'll be a combination of both of those things. Well, we're back at it, and I hope we see you all again many times. But let me leave with these words for you, because it does kind of spell out how I feel. I would like every one of us to go out every day, and do something that helps the game, that helps our players. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.